Investors want to understand the consequences of a default, right? So how would the government's failure to pay its bills ripple through the markets? What's the S&P house view here?
No, it would be devastating. I think our analysts look at this and they're saying that at the end of the day, if they can't meet their debts, if we have a sovereign default in the United States or even a technical default, we're going to see the potential of hundreds of thousands and potentially even millions of jobs lost, a significant hit to growth, and of course, equity markets. You said Yellen actually came out yesterday saying that, potentially in the markets, we're talking about a 40% decline in equity. So pretty substantial hits across the board. It's going to be pretty ugly.
McCarthy also says that leaders are, quote, nowhere near a deal. At least that's what he said yesterday. So what would a compromise look like? How are they going to be able to get this over the line? And what will it result in politically for both sides? Because at the end of the day, it all comes back to the politics, right? It's not necessarily about the economy. It's about how these leaders can sell a deal to the people.
I mean, that's exactly right. But what we're seeing here is that this is a political problem. I mean, they have the money. They can go out and borrow the cash. The question is getting the political will to get this across the finish line. Now, luckily, what I think we are hearing is the contours of a deal are pretty well established at this point. You're going to have some type of spending caps. You're going to have some type of resolution on permitting of energy. You're going to have some movement on a lot of different issues. But I think overall, we're beginning to understand what they need to do. The question is really going to be in the details. Is there going to be any new additional tax revenue? It doesn't seem like the Republicans want to move in that direction. And if that's the case, they're going to have to hold the line on a lot of different social programs, and that's going to be very difficult for some of the Democrats to swallow. So at the end of the day, I think we kind of understand most of what's going to go into this type of deal. But at the end of the day, if they can't agree on the details, this can get pretty hairy pretty quickly.